the idea for a Jace for Keen.
I mean, you'd assume it's for Keen, right?
Yeah.
Like, mid lane Jace does still exist. It's just quite rare.
I haven't been super convinced by Jace so far. I mean, he got a lot of nerfs when he was in the jungle. He was super dominant, but like his shock blast damage is down. They gave a bit more damage to like his melee form. He is into a pretty short range composition, but there are ways of closing it down.
There's so much poke though from Gen G. If they lock in this Mel as well, you're just never going to get close to them.
Yeah, this is very much a we get control of the game, we stand our ground, and it's so hard to deal with this. And you think, okay, if Saint wants to pressure Chovy, it's going to often start with a chain. Well, it's going to get reflected more often than not. Now, seeing what's going to come through in the top lane for Dokla, you know, a player who we've talked about often being left to last pick for LYON, often going for those counter picks. This kind of just feels like a pick to be stable in the lane, maybe set up, but actually
go on, Dokes.
For the Aurelia.
Yes, big Dokes, come on.
So this is something he did play domestically. I believe it was against Team Liquid. He had a series where he played this and got MVP. Playing into the Jace, especially if you get some gang setup, you can really punish. So, you know, Dokla had a rough game. Last time, Keen was obviously the main character of that game too, but this is a chance for Dokla to get some redemption.
But you do need to get some of that early pressure. Otherwise, if you start to fall behind the Jace, it's ranged into melee. He can just harass you. If you jump on top of him, he knocks you back. It can be really tricky for the Aurelia to get in a position where she can actually trade effectively with the Jace. I'm going to as we go into game 3 of this best of 5. And we'll see Gen G. Oh. Okay, for a second I thought perhaps we'd have a lane swap coming out. Chovy did head up towards top to match into the Aurelia, but I think he's just placing a ward down there. And giving a little bit more vision for Keen. This is something you love to do when you have a range into melee matchup, is get as many wards in the bushes as possible, because then Dokla can't just walk up, hit a minion, walk back into the bush, and avoid your auto attacks.
Yeah, yeah. So I think we always seen that a decent amount last year.
Yeah, last
where like
Worlds.
people would walk in and get the ward level 1 early. A little bit of favor there from Chovy to the top laner. And obviously Keen still has his ward for later to make use of.
At the moment, just standard lanes. Both the junglers starting on the top side of the map. And, yeah, nothing too inventive at the level 1. I was taking a bit of a chunk. Saint going in with the distortion, and good damage out of the Radiant Volley there from Chovy. Already procs the passive onto Saint.
Yeah, they buffed Mel's damage a decent amount as well, so pretty threatening. But live now, the Act 2 Battle Pass bundle. Purchasing unlocks the Prestige, Requiem, Sonar Skin, and Chroma. So you can get your hands on that.
You can. Bunch of other stuff in that Battle Pass as well, as we saw the chains or something. I think Sigil of Malice getting reflected on Saint as Ruler trades into Isles. Man, this is the risk.
If that trap didn't, if it was a little bit earlier,
yeah,
scary stuff.
It really was. So that's the risk as well of playing something like the Lucian Nami into Caitlyn and Nico. Early trades from the Gen G bot lane. Heals exchanged, and Keen now trying to chip away at Dokla's HP as well with that shock blast.
Yeah, Berserker also going the cleanse, which, you know, makes sense in terms of evading like the CC that leads to the trap. But sometimes even when like cleanse is high value, we see AD carries go barrier, because if you don't have barrier, it really becomes hard to go for those heavy trades. Ruler and Duro have already committed their combat sums just to try and get an advantage. In fairness, Berserker and Isles aren't really that far behind in health, but you can already see the pressure coming out.
Getting the push, getting the plates as well. Caitlyn loves to get around the map as much as possible, pick up all of those plates in the early game. Something you used to extol the virtues of Ziggs for as well. Just take as many towers, as many plates as you can in the early game. Dokla with a flawless duet, lands the stun onto Keen, but Keen trades back in with those auto attacks. Blade Surge from Dokla, picking up those final few minions. Inspired looking to get this Scuttle Crab down in time, and will do so. Secures the bot side Scuttle. Canyon's going to have to walk all his way up to the top side.
The Scared Yuumi is a Canyon classic.
That it is. Inspired is working his way down towards bot here. Headshot onto the trap. Berserker cleanses away. Isles low as well. They know Inspired's in the area. They spot him on the ward. Question is, can they get out? They both have flashes. Inspired with no red buff now, doesn't have the slow. Oh, he changes into a minion. Gets the tangle bars, but Inspired able to dodge away from it. Forces Duro to flash. Snapchat onto Inspired. Another! Oh, no. He's eating all the cupcakes and almost going down. Berserker dashes in and dies. Will Ruler go for anything more? Decides against it.
Absolute dismantling there from Ruler. The patient, the trap set up for the retreat. And Duro had to flash there because he thought flash Q from Inspired could kill him. But Ruler just had it ready for when Inspired retreats. That was so well played.
And now it's a BF sword into double longsword in favor of GenG on that bottom side. Ruler already popping off, held onto his flash as well. Have another look at this. Duro changes into a minion as Inspired goes in.
So he puts his trap down to try and catch Inspired on the dash, and Inspired ends up walking back, and he's trying to path around it, but just walks into a new trap, and then the old trap that was in the brush. Berserker pushes in to try and like relieve some pressure for him, but Ruler has lethal tempo stacked up, and GenG coaching staff feeling great.
Oh, that's the risk of trying to dive in here when you've been harassed down like that. Chovy landing the Radiant Volley as well. Oh, Keen goes in. Flawless Duet will get the stun. Dokla flashing away. Keen smacks a hammer over him and gets a kill on the top side.
Okay, well, top lane matchup not going currently.
None of the matchups are going well at the moment for LYON.
Jungle's going okay. Well, yeah, jungle's going okay.
I guess that's true, as mid lane is not. It's a golden eclipse as Chovy gets just a solo kill.
It's a 2,000 gold lead.
It is a
5 minutes.
This is much more reminiscent of game 1.
Yeah.
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 So let's go back to our fail-safes.
Yeah.
Berserker 0-11 against GenG all time. Could make it 1-11, and that's palindromic, which is cool.
Yes.
Also still hasn't taken a tier 2 tower.
No, I thought last game maybe was going to be it because they had that early pressure, but they didn't manage to secure it. This game, look, even if the game goes out of control, maybe you just send it with the Aurelia in a side lane. Because again, it's at no point has Berserker's teams gotten
not just
a tier
Berserker,
2. Not him specifically in the matches he's played against GenG. So, it's baby steps, right? Focus on the tier 2, because if you don't get a tier 2, you won't get inhibitor tower, you won't get inhibitor, you won't get a nexus, right?
That is true.
It's all stepping stones.
It's that shoot for the moon, if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars sort of idea. And then people not reminding you you are in the vacuum of space.
People never mention that.
It's a weird part of it,
Yeah.
Canyon starting up the Drake here with pushing bot and pushing mid. It's a very easy first dragon secure. Same trying to trade in onto Chovy. Will land the chains. Forces Chovy down to half HP, but Chovy continues to trade back in. Looking for that Radiant Volley. Doesn't connect as much as he'd like. Does not have the Golden Eclipse. Yeah,
it doesn't have the ult, which is big. And they did boost the damage of that in one of the patches before we came into first stand. So it's a big threat. I feel like Saint's been going for these heavy trades. He's like, oh, we're close in health. And then suddenly, boom.
Yep. It's, the Sunwell just falling onto Saint's face right there. As GenG's bottom lane continues to push in. Double rulers here, measuring up to success as Tangle Barbs ace in the hole onto Isles as well, who has to use the heal. Berserker trusting that his support was safe, not dashing in front of the ace in the hole at all. Across comes Chovy. Dokla, Vanguard's Edge will connect onto Keen, who trades back in. Flawless Duet for the stun, knocked back with the Blade Surge in. Dokla trying to win this one out, still loses it. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Duro and Ruler continue to force Isles and Berserker low.
I was ready to get hyped. I was like, he's landing the skills, he's connecting the abilities. I think a bit of an item disparity at that point, thanks to earlier kill.
Inspired. Nope. Okay.
Like the triple thumbs up. Yeah.
It's just what you feel for all of LYON in the situation because you're so far behind, but Inspired in particular, because every lane is losing, and whenever you're able to get there, it's like, well, I can't do anything
he's
now.
Also, he's playing a Wukong, not the most. I mean, he's level 6 now.
Yeah.
The ult connects, the stun connects. But he just doesn't have the damage. And then Canyon even is there just in case. I mean, he had to finish the fight quickly.
It's true.
But Keen just finished the fight quickly, so.
And he did. Plated steel caps now completed for Keen as well. Dokla sitting on a Vamp Scepter, a dagger, pair of leather boots, and a bit of cloth.
Yeah, that means
cloth doesn't help against Hextake that much. This minion, sneaky. Dokla going in again. Oh, which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? Doesn't matter! Dokla caught up with the Tangle Barbs, and Keen will assist to Duro's first kill of the game.
I don't think Keen so much needed the help, but he got it.
Duro wanted the kill, which is what happened there.
He came up and was like, oh, no solo kill for you, Keen.
We'll give Keen time on the tower up in that top lane. Drake up in 2.5 minutes, so still a while for Gen G to continue in this lane state. Keen will clear out the wave, and Douglas should... he's going to lose all those minions, but should be able to get the next one with his Blade Surge. Has a recurve bow now, so he's, you know, a scepter, a bow, a sword, maybe enough to take down the Jace? Probably not.
Seeming unlikely. Well, I do have some good news.
Yes.
I'll hold that thought.
Okay, Solus now on Saint dodges away. Golden Eclipse though. Oh, accelerated shot blast not going to land from Keen. And Chovy holds on to the ultimate for now.
I think if Keen got one auto there,
yeah, I think
it would have been enough. But the good news is, so game 1 was obviously very one-sided, and Gen G got a Hextech Soul. Dragon 2 is Hextech, so there won't be a Hextech Soul from this game.
And that is... You are scraping, not just, you've gone through the barrel into the crust of the earth with how low you're scraping on that one, man. Yes, it is true that Gen G will not get a Hextech Soul in this game. However, oh, I've got it. We've got the curse.
Yep.
Gen G on track for a perfect game.
Oh, that worked last time.
Gen G on track for a perfect game right now.
Especially because they got the 3 grubs, and as you established, even a single grub ruins a perfect game.
In my mind, I'm not going to dictate that I am the grand arbiter of what makes a perfect game. But to me, anything on the scoreboard, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, now we'll see if... right around the Scuttlecraft, Inspired looking for Canyon. It was here as well, it was here that it happened. They go in with the Cyclone onto Chovy, and there's the second Cyclone knockup. Tries to get the rebuttal down, Chovy falling low, and Chovy will go down! Canyon now trying to retreat as Keen, flashes forward onto Isles. Look at the damage onto Berserker and Isles. Gen G will clean up the fight, and Ace in the hole puts Berserker 6 feet under. Saint trying to flash away, Duo flashing in with the Tangle Barbs. And pop goes Saint, but LYON got a kill.
I mean, it worked, right?
Yeah.
The second you mentioned the perfect game, once again, LYON managed to get a kill, but last time, I think the general fight, when they broke the perfect game, much better. This one, unfortunately, Keen was present and very fed, and is once again extremely fed. So we see this fight starting off, they go for an engage onto Chovy, and the Mel's are mobile, right? You have the reflect, but it doesn't do too much against a Wukong. But the TP that comes in from Keen that can't be matched, he just jumps onto the bot lane. The damage is absurd, and it looks like he's like, I'll go for Berserker. He looks like, no, I have that one. You chase down the LeBlanc. Duro even flashing over to help secure it.
Picking up the kill again.
Once again, taking a kill.
Meanwhile on the bot side, Berserker going in to pop Blossom in time from Duro to save Ruler though. Has that Storm Razor completed. Now a 5,500 gold lead for Gen G, 12 minutes in. Reminder, the time cutoff Gen G need to make this the fastest best of 5 ever is 1922.
Yeah.
Would be, they'd have to continue to accelerate at quite a rapid pace to do that.
Yeah, they really would. I mean, okay, LYON don't have a ton of wave clear in their composition, but that'd be pre-Baron, you know.
Yeah, no tier 1s down yet. This is the first tower to fall in the game.
Yeah, it'd be... A lot of things would have to develop from here. I feel like LYON would kind of have to throw themselves at Gen G repeatedly.
But I also feel like LYON just waiting out the game doesn't really get them anything. Like, if Gen G get to second items, LYON like, okay, we'll delay and try and get our second items. I think at that point, Gen G just still win all the fights. So maybe there is an argument that LYON should just throw themselves in there. Triforce, Collector, Imperial Mandate. Maybe that's enough to just like chuck your bodies at Gen G and try and find some kills.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you just send it early. I don't think you win that. I mean, he still doesn't have a complete item. We do have Berserker go on the Collector first. I haven't seen Collector first Lucian. I've seen like a variation of Lucian builds, because there was like Essence Reaver was popular for a bit, and then we had people go on like Storm Razor with like more the energized thing, but I haven't seen Collector first.
AD carry builds just kind of exist in this ethereal zone that I try not to focus too much on, I'll be honest. As Berserker here on his lonesome, Chovy and Canyon will collapse onto him, and he is collected by Canyon. That
being said, maybe the thought process, you know when people are really behind and they buy Medjais, right? And it's like, well, if we're going to win, I need to get stacks. Like that's the, maybe it's like, okay, if we're going to win, I just need to collect everyone and get the extra gold. Right? Maybe that's the thought process in this situation.
I like the logic.
Dokla has Knight now.
He's waiting. Yeah, Dokla does have a Blade of the Ruin King, but Duro's on his way across to make this very quickly a 2v1. The flash away from Dokla, not far enough. from Keen's clutches, who is now 4-0 on this Jace.
It just feels unfair because I'm pretty sure Keen would still win the 1v1, but Duro is just there to just really make it impossible for Dokla in this situation. Chovy could be in trouble. No, he's a bit too fast.
Able to get out with the Ionian Boots of Lucidity. Second tower of the game secured for Gen G. Ruler's going to look to make it 3, but doesn't want to overstep with one of his team around. The Cullen coming out from Berserker, takes a headshot, but finds the kill. Collected! Berserker gets his second of the game.
There you go, got that extra money. Big shutdown as well, so... You know what, maybe the Collector paying off there. A lot of ult damage afforded to it.
This big shutdown is like, oh... Yeah, have you seen that basketball meme where it's like, oh, he lands an incredible three-pointer to cut the lead to 40. It's like, huge shutdown to cut the lead to 7,000 gold for Gen G.
Yeah, you know, just maybe like 10 more of those.
Yeah. Corn-based gold grind going very much in favor of Chovy in the mid lane. Not the largest lead on the team either, as Inspired is rooted up here. You know, fight over the Raptors.
Chovy is a gold grinder. I think we can definitely put that title to him.
That's very true.
You know what is rough is that Berserker did just finish his quest, but Saint still hasn't finished his quest or an item.
Yeah.
At 15 minutes at this point.
Oh, no, he's got Ludens now.
Okay, he's now finished his item. Oh, his quest just came through as well. Okay. You know what? You mention it, and it happens.
I won the lottery. Maybe our caster powers don't extend that far.
Game win for LYON.
Okay.
Okay, that's unreasonable. Maybe the lottery is a little bit.
What color do you want your dragon? I mean, there are still some very slight windows for LYON. If they can manage to find a couple more picks, they can get back into the game. Saint looking for Chovy, rebuttal out from Chovy. Canyon here to cover his mid laner. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ruler and Duro continue to push in for these plates, but Dokla coming in from the flank. Tidal wave will connect onto Ruler. There's the Pop Blossom to try and keep Inspired at bay, but Ruler's gonna fall. Berserker takes the kill. Duro has to flash away. We said there were windows, and LYON defenestrate the Gen G bot lane.
Collected again, you know, getting that extra gold coming in. Slowly whittling away at that gold lead.
Flash forward from Canyon. Berserker's dead. Isles will follow him to the grave. 2 for Chovy. Yeah.
You know, it was looking good until it wasn't.
That's every Gen G game for the opposition, man.
No, like, not really, because some games don't look good at all.
Yeah, but like any small win, any small thing you find, it's like, oh, Gen G, okay, well, let's just take 2,000 gold back for that. Thank you very much.
Well, this is a rough one.
It's a roughy toughie, as you would say.
I do say that. I've been known to.
Duro trying to get away from Inspired, who flashes forward, using the smite there as well. TP's coming in. Inspired with the Nimbus strike. He brings down the staff at the end. But here come Ruler and Keen for the follow-up. Inspired down, Saint TP's in, and immediately he's half HP. Ace in the hole won't follow from Ruler.
Yeah, I think the clone actually helped figure out a good amount there, having that safety. Oh, Berserker.
Oh, just culling onto Ruler straight away. Accelerated shot plus dodge. Keen falling low, has 700 gold on his head as well. If Berserker can take him, and he finds it. Huge shutdown. Saint does die to Ruler, who used that ace in the hole. Chovy on his way across now. Berserker dashes forward into the snap trap and doesn't quite kill off the Kate, but he will die for it. Ruler takes his head. And now Duro's on the chase for Isles, who's running up through this blue side jungle.
Yeah, Dokla's nearby, but he's just like, nah, buddy, you're on your own.
I'm good, fam.
Oh no, Dokla's in trouble too!
Dokla is in trouble as the Grand Starfall comes down. Dokla dead. And Isles blast coned away by Duro. And with a Blooming Burst landing, no escape in terms of executions.
You might be wondering how I got in this situation.
She's like a fish out of water.
Yeah, a little bit, Trying to make it to the river, I think, would be a start. There's, going for the recall in the Wolves. They might have given up.
Isles?
Oh,
no, Duro spotted him with the Scry's Bloom, no!
Oh, Ruler's there for the kill.
Oh, Isles. Unlucky. Ruler. Oh, Duro, take it, Duro. Take it, Duro.
He's well trained.
He's 3-1 and 3, right? He took 2 kills from Keen.
No, he's well trained by Ruler, right?
Okay.
No such agreement is there with Keen. The only time I feel like Duro really sort of breaks that agreement with Ruler is when he's going for a penta.
I mean, that's valid.
Yeah.
if Duo's ever going for a Penta, I think as a support, you have to keep going for it. As Inspired trying to get in from the side here, but the tower will go over to GenG. 10,000 gold, now their lead.
Honestly, I think that's the funniest thing, is someone has a quadra and you get a kill, and you're like, dude, you stole 4 kills.
Yeah, why'd you steal my Penta, dude? And 3 Drakes as well for GenG, who are absolutely running this game. We joke around about it, but this has been incredibly one-sided from the LCK #1 seeds. It's a reason that they continue to go on these long undefeated streaks.
But Inspired is taking Gromp on the other side of the map, so, you know, little advantage.
On Gromp, it's a good play.
Yeah.
Saint dives in, and Togla does the same, and is taken down to half HP immediately. Keen the target, though. Vanguard's edge in. Keen will take 1. Berserker, though, will answer with a kill of his own. 1-for-1 exchange in that bottom lane.
Collective value. Think of all the extra gold he's gotten.
I mean, he's almost the closest in terms of gold with his enemy number, and he's still 1.2k behind.
Yeah, with 5 kills. 5 kills, and he's still that far behind.
It's just what GenG do so well. Canyon flanked here. Saint going in as well. So we look for Berserker, and you can see Canyon can't escape with the Grand Starfall. He'll go down. Saint trading in with Chovy. Golden Eclipse not enough. Ruler looking to see if he can join this party as well. Is Inspired looking for the smite there. Tidal Wave coming out. Not in range. Keen. Well, it's not Keen, it's Duro. And he's only low because he's embodying Keen at the moment.
Yeah, but a couple of kills picked up. You know, just keep at it. Just keep working at it. Infernal Soul in 3 minutes. If you can get a good 20 kills before that point, maybe you'll close the goal gap a little bit.
Maybe. But I'm always like, I will say, that whole sequence there from GenG, very odd. Like,
I think they're getting a little bit overconfident.
I think so too, right?
Yeah.
Like Keen up here pressing by himself. The rest of GenG walk away. Keen obviously is just going to get caught here.
Yeah, you are a Jace. And also, you get 229 gold for killing Dokla. Almost twice as much afforded over to Berserker there.
Yeah, Berserker only 150 gold behind now. He's actually on this Lucian.
He has He actually has damage.
He's in a strong position. LYON are doing a good enough job of stemming as much of the bleeding as possible. The issue is there's a Baron up and there's 2.5 minutes before an Infernal Soul. And you do need to try and play around that. And also, you're still really going to struggle to deal with Keen if it's a 1v1 on the side. Yeah,
also Infernal Soul with this composition that has so much poke and burst. You know what, I respect that Berserker.
It's the second time he's done it. He walks away from it. There's the Baron begun by GenG. They've chunked out Isles. Saint does have teleport. Could come across and join the party. The Baron probably down to about 6,000 at the moment.
I think the traps are a hint.
Yeah, just yeah. I mean, the fact that everyone is there as well is kind of
also an indication.
Duro looking for the flank here, up towards that top bush. Inspired trying to get in, flashes forward with the Cyclone. Duro kept at bay. Canyon jumping away. Inspired on Ruler with the Cyclone. Won't have enough damage. Ruler takes him. Chovy pops the Golden Eclipse. Duro there in time with the Pop Blossom, but Berserker finds another kill. Keen now joining the fray as Berserker hit with an accelerated shot blast is taken down. Dokla follows suit, and GenG will clean up the fight 4-for-1.
I was so
5-for-1. Oh, good Aqua Prism. Canyon gets the slow. Ios, man, you've escaped these guys before, and this time he manages to do it again.
Yep, gets away, the one survivor to tell the tale. But a little bit dire for the rest of LYON there. I was pretty focused on the sort of top side of the fight. Inspired trying to get onto the back line. Berserker getting the kill, not being able to get away. I'm interested what happened to the rest of LYON. Saint went in on Canyon off to the side and just got jumped out and killed. Okay, yeah. And yeah, fight happening over here. We do see Berserker getting a kill, but killed by a shot blast, and then Dokla just ends up, unfortunately, surrounded by almost all of GenG.
Understandable reaction, I think.
Yeah.
So now...
Well, I do have some news.
Oh, yeah?
We have long eclipsed fastest time ever in a best of 5. It's way past it.
Yeah,
so.
we're 4 minutes past that threshold. GenG could get the fastest first stand best of 5 this year, which they currently hold against JDG.
If they
win this in less than 26:07, they then surpass that as Dokla dies again.
Wow.
So Ruler and GenG are pushing in. I think LYON thought that GenG was setting up for the Drake, and so they were playing through mid, but GenG just very happy to play through the bot side, get the inhibitor. They're going to try and mark Inspired. Canyon on his way to see if he can spot out the Wukong as GenG have another wave coming in. LYON with 3 will try and defend. Inspired does have that flank position. Has the Cyclone, no flash though. Berserker half HP from a headshot! Did not expect that amount of damage as Saint dashes forward. Berserker uses the culling flash forward from Keen, acing the whole block by Isles. Inspired still looking to see if he can get in behind them here, but no way in with two.
What's that cannon minion doing?
Man. It's the scariest damn minion I've ever seen. Gen G won't be able to take down the Nexus towers yet. They'll walk through mid, TP behind by Dokla now. Yeah. As Inspired continues to look for that flank position. Gen G retreating is fine. Pop Blossom on Inspired still hits the Cyclone. Vanguard's Edge coming in as well as they dance around it. Inspired low, Cannon able to get away. Ruler falling low as well, but he somehow survives through all the damage, and the turnaround from Gen G now begins to advance. Saint dashing in only to his death as Gen G will look to round this one out as the quickest series here at First Stand.
LYON bot lane, not really much they can do in this situation.
And no real defense for them as well. Gonna have to retreat to the fountain, but their Nexus towers are being razed to the ground, and Keen lands a shock blast, and Berserker does manage to pick one up in response. In the end, Gen G will dive for the fountain. Berserker, no escape. 0-12 for him versus Gen G now as the champions elect continue.